Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for American Horror Story Double Feature, Season 10, Episode 5, Gaslight. This glare in my glasses is going to really drive me up the wall. Girl, just pay the extra and get the anti-glare next time. Talking to myself. Because I showed up, she was like, it's going to have a glare. I was like, girl, we're not paying for that. We're not paying for that extra. These glasses and contacts already cost way too much because I have an astigmatism. And so, yeah, it's extra. It's extra for contacts. So I was like, I ain't going to wearing these glasses to where I needed to be anti-glare, you know, and here we are. Here we are. Sitting here with the ring light just bouncing off of my glasses. But oh well. Oh well. I finished watching Potomac just a few minutes ago, and I really got right up and said, let me do all of these videos because I got a lot to say about Potomac. I really do, and I ain't have time to beat the face and all of that and do all of that extra before sitting down before you. And so y'all getting rolled out the bed, Britt, today. I mean, I threw on an earring or two. Anyway, Doris, she gives birth to her son. Harry in there salivating over the blood-soaked linen. You already know what that is. We can hear the baby's heartbeat in his head. You know, that's how thirsty he is for some blood. And it's taking everything in him not to eat his own baby. He's really looking at that baby like, it's taking everything in me. not to go over there and chew you up and swallow you and spit you out, you know, spit out the bones. Like, it's really taking everything in him not to attack his own baby. But he doesn't. He takes the soiled linen into the bathroom and wrings it out into some cups and drinks it like he taking shots. Anyway, the next morning, Doris wakes up and she back in P-Town. Alma, she's staring at the baby as well like he a piece of meat. And Doris is confused as to why she even back in P-Town. She like, now wait a minute, why am I here? I'm supposed to be back at the hospital, and y'all supposed to be in New York. So like, what are we doing here? He tells her that she's on bed rest. You know, she lost a whole lot of blood, and that they have to monitor her. And so she needs to be there at home where somebody can look after her. It's what's best. Right then, I knew they are drugging you, lady. Because they constantly want to keep her sedated. And so right then, it was the waking up to everybody standing over you. What's the lady name? Ursula included, that had me already knowing what was going on here. But of course, Doris is just as confused as, you know, the next person, I guess. We see Mickey. He pulls up on TB Karen, and you know, he got a brand new car, new clothes, you know, so she already like, fuck. You done took them pills and it worked. Like, so now she's just like, I done lost you. He takes her on a ride, and, you know, he's got a movie deal. He's telling her how he's basically blown up. He got movie deals, book deals, series deals. He just got all the deals, you know, on the table for him after taking that pill. And he wants her to design on set, you know, for his movies and all of that. He wants them to be like a power couple. And she's like, nah, we're not doing this. She tells him to pull the car over, like, pull this shit over now. So he pull over and she get out. And, you know, she gonna walk, I guess. Then we see Doris is waking up, you know, to the coos of her baby. She goes and checks, it's the middle of the night. She goes and checks the bassinet. The baby ain't there. Then she hears the baby again some more. The baby's not really, I wouldn't say cooing. The baby's kind of like, she can just hear her baby. The baby isn't really crying, but she can hear her baby. And when she goes to the bathroom, she opened that door and Alma's sitting on the floor with her baby, sucking the blood out of his ankle. I would have snatched my baby and probably kicked my other child dead in the forehead, because it's been like, if you don't give me my baby, and you get your ass out with your demon self, you a demon. It's a demon. She would have to go. No. After seeing that, she just faints. I mean, I guess so. I hear that. She just faints. The next morning, Alma's just up playing her violin like nothing even happened. And Harry comes in, gathering her ass for feeding on her brother. Like, that's your brother. You don't feed on him. What are you doing? Are you crazy? That is your brother. She talking about it was just a sip. A sip. Girl, a sip. Harry says, he's trying to keep the family together. And, she's just like, why? I don't know why. Like, we don't need her. We don't need her. She's regular. We don't need her. People like her are just trying to get through the day. But you and I, we're great. We're trying to do something great. And Harry is like, listen, F all that. Don't feed on your brother and don't let me catch you feeding on him again. Got it? And then she said, and then he was like, he it's an ultimatum, like, because if I find you doing it again, ain't gonna be no more pills for you. Okay, Doris, she's still in and out of sedation or whatever. They're definitely drugging her to keep her out of the way while Harry, pumps out all of these movies and books and series or whatever else he's writing. Ursula, she is feeling, what's the lady name? Doris in on, all of Harry's goings-ons, what he had going on. And she like, my husband? I mean, he all right, but he ain't no, prolific kind of writer. Like, I don't buy that. But Ursula's like, oh, I mean, do I hear you being unsupportive? Like, you don't want to sound like the unsupportive wife, do you? Like, Ursula's really laying it on thick. She's really laying it on thick. And she tells her, you need to be on your best, your best behavior. Be on your P's and Q's, because Harry's going places, The drugs are kicking in for Doris, so she's about to be out again because these people keep drugging her. I don't know what they're sedating her, but who knows what they're giving her. Alma, she playing, and while this is going on, while she's playing the violin, we see the routine. Harry and Alma, they have, he's feeding her the blood, their little routine. It was a little montage. And all of this is going on right up under Doris's nose because she don't know anything, but they're still carrying on. While Doris is checking on the baby, she notices that bite mark on his ankle. So now she knows for real, okay, I wasn't dreaming that. Like, that really happened. And Alma walks in, and she got the pills in her hands. She's just like, I got a few pills. Like, I know you had a bad dream. And Alma's like, these pills will help the bad dreams go away. And she got them in her hand. She got a few pills in her hand, but the black one is one of them. I'm like, this girl really trying to give her mama that pill so her mama can be one of them pale people. Because Alma know her mama ain't talented. She knows that. And so trying to pressure her to take the pill is because she's trying to get rid of her mama. And she's doing all of this behind her daddy back. Okay, Doris, she don't fall for it. And she calls Harry into the room, demanding to know what the pill is. And he and Ursula, like, they gaslight the hell out of her. They gaslight the hell out of her. But Alma ends up telling Doris everything, like, I was gonna try to give her them pills. Like, listen, if you take the pill, like, you'll be like me and daddy. Like, she runs it all the way out. Alma is very upfront about all of this and her intentions. But she does try to, lean on the side of, okay, let's get her to feel like she's going to be one of us. So she'll take it. Alma wants her mama to feel like she is talented, like she is good enough, to take the pill and turn out okay. Harry, of course, is apprehensive about it, but Ursula and Alma, they try to encourage her to take it. she ends up taking the water and the pills and like throws it to the side and takes her baby and runs out the house. But of course, when she runs out the house, she run out there and there go the pale people waiting on her, just ticking and pop locking. And Harry, of course, has to come out there and, you know, saves her just in time because, you know, they're not going to touch her with him around. Okay, Karen, she out there painting, minding her own business. When Belle walks up, Belle says she want Harry and Doris's baby and you need to bring it to her now. Karen's like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm done with that. That's over with, you know, so she gives a whole lot of pushback. Then all of a sudden we see the pale boys start, you know, creeping up and popping out, you know, from behind the bushes and all of that. And she threatens, you know, because they not gonna take her blood. Her blood ain't good, you know, and I'm sure they can smell that. And so she says, but I mean, they can claw your eyes out. So she just done threatened to take the lady eyes if the girl don't bring her Harry and Doris's baby. Okay, then Doris wakes up. She's hearing phantom cries. Those are the worst. I used to get that all the time when I took showers. Anytime I was in the shower, I felt like I heard my baby hollering and screaming. And it wasn't so like you get out. Damn, ain't nobody said nothing. Get back in the shower and you hear it again. Then I jump back out. I know I heard that baby crying. Then you jump back out and you got to go look. And they just laying there, you know, peacefully sleep. Whole time, all I hear is screaming and hollering in my head. I don't know where the phantom cries come from. It goes away, you know, afterwards. But it's still crazy. And there are also phantom baby kicks. Craziness, right? Like, I really felt my baby kicking after giving birth. So that's weird. That's weird. But like, our bodies go through, I guess, a bunch of changes. Anyway, let me get down off the soapbox. Where was I? I done lost my place in these notes. Okay, she wakes up hearing the phantom cries. And she also hears talking downstairs. So she grabs a knife. Some scissors, you know, she going downstairs. And she finds Ursula, Alma, and Harry, and the designer, you know, the guy, the realtor that sold Miss Candy the house, and he's also a designer. He's in the house as well, looking over what she has done, you know, like kind of bad mouthing it, like, ugh. Good thing you called me. Y'all need some desperate help. Looking at her designing boards. When they see her, you know, standing at the stairs, the designer tells Doris, you know, he's there to help. He heard about her postpartum. And she's like, what? Postpartum? Who told you I got postpartum depression? So he's a part of the gaslighting as well. They like, it's really bad. She's like, she feels like she's going crazy, I'm sure. She just turns around and just starts crying and walks upstairs. They're driving her crazy. And it really bothered me. It really bothered me that they did Doris like that. Doris ain't deserve none of this. It's not her fault that she's less talented. Like, y'all could have told her what the deal was, what it was, and let that be that. You know, maybe I'm sure maybe they felt like she wasn't gonna, you know, it wasn't gonna go over easy, or she wasn't gonna be as easily persuaded as they were. But y'all really gonna gaslight her and try to get rid of her like this? I don't like that. I ain't like it. Okay, Karen. Sorry about that, y'all. She rushes over to Mickey's house, begging for his help, you know, after that run-in with Belle. And, you know, she knows that if she doesn't bring the baby, you know, Belle's going to either find someone else to do it, or she going to go do it herself. And so Karen has a bright idea to just go and take the baby herself and raise the baby. She and Mickey can raise the baby and she'll get clean. You know, she just has this whole big plan. I'm like, or you could just leave that baby with her mother, with the baby's mother and father. Like, you just you don't want to take the baby for Belle, but you cool with kidnapping the baby for yourself. Now, make that make sense, okay? Because it does not. Sorry, I keep losing my place when I look up and talk to y'all. Anyway, Doris, she nursing the baby. And Alma comes in, and kind of cozies up to her. And Doris clarifies again, like, girl, I saw you feeding on that baby. Now, I know what I saw. And she knows it wasn't a dream. And Alma ends up just telling the truth. She says it's because the baby blood is just better. She goes in, like, she's honest. She's very forthcoming. Of course, she tries to convince her mom to take the pill again. It was really giving Gage from Pet Sematary. Y'all remember when Gage called the old man and was like, I just played with mommy. I played with daddy. And now I want to play with you. That little crazy laugh. That's what she was giving. Or the little girl from the bad seat. I have the most beautifulest mommy in the world. Whole time, her bad ass done killed the man down there in the basement, in the cellar, done set him on fire. And she up in the house, really playing the keys, really playing Beethoven, while this man running down the street on fire. That's what Alma gives. The bad seed. It's giving Gage from Pet Sematary. I'm like, get this little girl out of here. But she's, like, really trying to convince her. It's like the devil. You know how the devil does? You know how the devil does. Very, very tempting, Mm-mm. Bye, Alma. When she ends up taking the pill, she takes it. And at first, it's like working because she's sketching. Well, I don't know if it's working, but she's sketching. And I thought, okay, it's working. It's working. She's sketching. She drawing. She's getting some designs out. And then all of a sudden, she starts erasing everything erratically. Everything, I guess, was the same. I don't know. It wasn't right. And then she, like, projectile vomits. And I'm like, this ain't good. She's not talented after all. That night, Harry, Ursula, and Alma, they go out to dinner, leaving Doris at home to turn into a pale person. And the baby's also home. Harry, of course, is like, should we leave the baby? Like, I don't know if we should leave her and the baby at home. But Alma says, maybe she'll run away. When the coast is clear, Mickey and Karen show up and they coming in there to break in the house and take the baby. Doris hears them breaking in. She's been laying down and she's like, Harry, is that you? I don't feel well. Is that you? She gets out of bed. And when she comes out the shadows, because Mickey and Karen are in the house by now. And they up in the room or whatever. And when she comes out of them shadows, all this gone. She ain't got no hair. She just got the back right here. A few little strands. She done, all this is gone. I mean, muffin cap peeled back, okay? It's real bad. And when Karen sees her, Karen is like, oh, fuck! You guys are all fucking crazy. And she runs out. Karen wants no parts. Karen is like, see, you done took that thing and now you done turned in one of them pale people. I don't want no parts to this. I'm out. When she gets out there, of course, these people outside waiting on her, the people out there ticking and pop locking, and they closing in on her like, Dog, my bun. I done made my bun fall down. But it was giving Thriller. They was closing in like Mike and them on Thriller. And just at the nick of time, here comes Mickey. Mickey comes and saves the day, of course. Because, I mean, she was back all the way like on somebody's porch running from them people. When Mickey comes up, he's basically like, I'm gonna leave, and I don't want to have to leave you here, but I'm gonna leave you here if you don't take the pill. She's crying, and of course, she's just like, I'll never take it, like, ever. I'm not doing that. And he keeps telling her, you can be like me, and like, I know you're talented. Like, you're not gonna have the adverse side effects to this. Like, it's gonna be okay. And she's just like, I'm not taking that pill. Like, I don't want to be like you. You're not human. And that hurt his feelings. You could see it all over his face that hurt his feelings. And he tells her, well, this is goodbye then. He kisses her on the forehead, gives her the pill in her hand, and walks away. As soon as he walk away, she's screaming and hollering, "Don't leave me. I don't want to die. Don't leave me." They closing in. It's really giving, and then she just pops the pill because, but I'm like, damn, just it being in your mouth, they gonna leave you alone. You could have did that a long time ago, girl, and spit it out. Anyway, she took the pill and they kind of, backed off. Back at the house, Doris is declining fast. She's starting to have a thirst. She goes down to the kitchen, gets a knife, and she heading back upstairs to that nursery. The baby is in there crying. And she about to stab the baby. She like this when Harry comes in and like tackles her ass to the ground. And it sends her in another rage. She goes into a rage every time that baby starts to cry. And then he throws her ass across the room and into the bathroom and locks the door and, shuts it and locks it. Pushes something up against it so she can't get out, all of that. And of course he's like, why would she take the pill? Almost like, oh, I told her to. I told her to. It was Ursula's idea. Ursula's sitting up there like, high five, girl, we did it. We got her to take that pill. She's turning. She'll be out of our hair in no time. They need her out of the way. Okay, Karen, she done ran back to Mickey. She's freaking out. She done took the pill. This scene was funny because she was like, I done took it. Oh, I done took the pill. I'm like, girl, get over it. Like, you have digested it at this point. It's in you. Go ahead and just start painting. That's what you might as well do. That's what Mickey tells her. Listen, at this point, we might as well just get to painting because the pill is in you. It's going to kick in. You're going to have to feed. And then you can, paint your masterpiece. Harry, he checks in on Doris, and she's still down bad. She laying on the floor in the bathroom like she's completely turned now. She shaved her hair. She shaved all her hair off once it started because it fell out like like that. She laying on the floor. He's on the other side of the door talking to her. And, he's telling her that Alma and Ursula were right. He has outgrown her. And one way or another, they would have split. Things would not have, lasted. They would have ended at some point. At least this way, it's less painful for her. And, he ends up opening up the door. They give her some warm clothes and some boots and push her right on out the door. Send her walking down the street. Your whole wife and mother to your child, you just put her out in the streets like that. I ain't like that. I did not like that. Mickey and Karen, they on the beach. They see somebody that she can probably feed on. And she's not here for killing people and feeding on them. Like, she don't want to do that. And he's still talking about the future and all of that because she's there to feed and then paint her masterpiece. And she tells him, she's like, I'm about to help us both. And she go and take a huge chunk of Mickey's neck. Throw it to the side and drink his blood, and then paints her masterpiece with Mickey laying over there dead, and walks down to the can y'all hear my stomach growling? It's time to eat. She walks down to the water's edge, and she has a knife, and she slits both of her wrists the serious way, not this way. You playing around and you want attention when you cutting this way. You do this right here, you serious, and you want to be on your way out. And so that's what she gave. I don't like when they show us people commit suicide on TV, especially this way. It's very traumatic. Very traumatic to see that. You know, she just gonna slit her wrist and then walk into the water, and then all we see is a huge wave like overtake her and take her down. And I was just sitting there like, Lord, I had to give myself a hug like, Lord Jesus. That was a lot. It was a lot. It almost made me feel, that's exactly how I felt watching 13 Reasons Why. When they showed that girl commit suicide at the end of the first season, that was way more traumatizing because it was dead silence. At least with this, we had music, you know, so it kind of, it was less traumatic, I guess. I don't know. The music made it easier to take in. Plain old silence. And then I just got to hear the whimpers of you and your last dying breath. No, no, okay, no. But that's where it ended. And I'm like, how ironic. Well, no, that's not where it ended. We still had a few more minutes left. Hold on. But her walking into the water, I don't know. There's speculation that when she goes into the water, maybe this is where the aliens come into the fold. Maybe she'll be saved. I don't know. But Mickey and Karen are gone. Like, why they had to go? Oh, well. Then, okay, Ursula and Alma, they are walking to Miss Candy's house. You know, Ursula say, oh, now that I have you, my golden goose, now that I have you, I can take you round there to Miss Candy. And when she see you, she gonna for sure give me some more pills, you know, because she's trying to create some type of talent agency to where she's gonna have the talented of the talented. So she needs more pills. So they going over there to do that. As they're walking, they hear some movement in the cemetery. And who is it? Doris, feeding on a rabbit. She look up and they look at her like, ugh, disgusting. And keep on walking. Like that ain't your mama, girl. Poor Doris. She did not deserve any of this. That's where it ends. It was really good. And I'm excited to see where we're going to go with these aliens. Like, so people really, when I look at the comments on other people's reviews for American Horror Story, people really find all the Easter eggs. And I just really appreciate that Ryan does that. You know, it's always something, some type of Easter egg that's going to tie it to another season or another episode. And the speculation is that this is tying to Asylum, because Kit's wife's name on there was Alma, and they were also experimenting, and there were aliens, you know. And I think that the people that were, if you watched Asylum, there were like these people, these little monsters. I don't know what they were, but they were fed human flesh, you know, and human body parts and all of that, and they were being experimented on. And so I am of the belief that those people were also pale people. You know, they're experimenting with this pill. I don't know where the aliens come in. Look, listen, it's all speculation, but this is a great show, and I love all of the twists and turns that we take. I love it. I love it. And if this is gonna tie back to Asylum, was my least favorite AHS. Would I say series? AHS is a season. Asylum was my least favorite season. I ain't really care for that one too much. Y'all already know. I done said it before. Coven is my favorite. And then Murder House. And then I enjoyed Hotel. I enjoyed 1987 or 84. The slasher one. That one was good. I love American Horror Story. I really do. I really do. They need to go on and put me in the cast. Put me in the cast, okay? Because I got it to give. Anyway, I'm going to go. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby. And I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.